We're going to be going through 5 great cards to pick up for your collection right now. Now, these cards have been dropping in value, and they're pretty good cards. They can be tough to pull, so sometimes it's just better to buy the singles. Hey everyone, hope you're all doing great. 5 more cards for your collection to pick up. And these cards are from a variety of different sets, and they are quite tough to pull. You know, these are not the easiest cards to pull by any means, and the price of them have been dropping. So is now a great time to pick them up? I believe so. I think some of these cards are great for any collection, and you know, some of these I have myself. Some of them I'm actually want to, you know, now I've seen the prices, I'm gonna go out and pick them up myself. And sometimes it is just best to buy the singles than to try and crack packs. You know, pull rates are getting tougher and tougher with all of these recent sets. Sometimes it's just better to bite the bullet and buy the card individually. But as always, when buying cards as singles, you want to make sure it's got good quality, good price. That is one of the things I always say. The condition and the quality is key. Make sure good centering and overall good condition. All right, let's get into the 5 great cards. All right, starting off, we have the Pikachu VMAX Gold card. Now, this is the trainer gallery from Lost Origin. Chonkachu, not the rainbow, but we got the gold. This is a really cool card. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's awesome. It is quite tough to pull. It is very tough to pull in Lost Origin. Lost Origin doesn't have the best pull rates. And also, this is part of a big trainer gallery, and it's one of the hardest cards to pull in the trainer gallery. And it's pretty cheap, I'm not going to lie. As you can see from the chart, guys, this card has dropped massively in value upon its release. You know, over $50 and is now sitting at around $9 right now. That is just an absolute bargain for this Chonkachu. It is a great pickup nonetheless. I do think it's a good card, and Pikachu holds value. We've seen it time and time again, it holds value. Lost Origin is still a recent set. It's, you know, it's very new. It's still easy to get hold of, but the pull rates are tough. The pull rates are tough, and that's kind of what makes this card really desirable in my opinion. Now you have also the Gold Mew VMAX as well. That's again another great card. You can't beat Pikachu, right? Especially the good old Chonkachu. But it is cool. It is a very nice card. Like I say, if you get in good condition, that's actually pretty good going. Now over here in the UK, this card has been selling for a decent price. It's been going for around £12 here. We got the real big Chonkachu right there. Got £12. That one came from the US. Let's see what else ones we got. We have one here for £15 that have been sold. £12, just under £10. So between £10 to £12 for this card. It's pretty good going. Like I said, I think it's a really good deal right now. It is tough to pull. There's one thing to look out for. This is a really cool card. Any collection. Next up, we have the Gold Mewtwo V-Star from Pokemon Go. Now, Pokemon Go is a really interesting set, okay? In my opinion, I think it's one of the weakest sets in the Sword and Shield era, and the pull rates are all over the show. This is a beautiful card, and there's some amazing Mewtwo's in this set. Now, Pokemon Go is not that expensive and quite easy to find product, but the pull rates, like I say, they're pretty all over the place and they're pretty tough. Gold cards and rainbows seem to be really hard to come by in that set when cracking it open, and this is sitting at around $26 right now, and it has dropped. As you can see, we go back 3 months, it was around 35, 36, and it's sitting around, you know, 20, 20, 25, 26. We go back to when it first came out, it was, you know, expected to be 80, then it came out at around 43, and it's been dropping and been pretty stable since. So it is a great card to pick up. Tough to find, tough to pull, but it's awesome, you know, and it's one of the things I kind of feel like Mewtwo is, again, similar to a bunch of other Pokemon like Pikachu and Charizard. People love Mewtwo, it's going to keep its value, it's going to be very good in the long run, and it will tick up over time once Pokemon Go kind of run its course a little bit, but right now is great time to pick up this card. Now over here in the UK, it's actually been selling for a lot more. We had one recently sold here at £43, which is actually a lot more expensive than we just saw on TCG Player. If we scroll further down, we have one that sold for £40 raw. Got a couple of graded ones here and there. 38 postage, we're looking at 40. Again, we're looking at close to 40, just over 40. So it's actually going for a lot more than it is valued on TCG Player. And again, it all depends on card quality. Good centering, good condition, that's what makes the value of the card. Always be careful when buying singles, and that has a massive impact on the value. Over here, it is more expensive, but it's still a really good card to pick up nonetheless. Next, we have the Charizard V Full Art. Now, this is from Brilliant Stars. This is actually quite a tough card to pull. It's actually one of the most expensive cards in the set. I believe it's like the 4th most expensive, which is actually quite interesting. And, you know, there's a ton of Charizards and Brilliant Stars. Brilliant Stars packs, again, a bit more expensive, harder to get hold of these days. I expect a reprint to be, you know, soon. It's still a very, very new set, but the full arts aren't always the easiest to pull. Especially the Charizard V, there are a ton of full arts in the set. The chances to get a Charizard V full art is actually quite tough. That's one thing to take into consideration. Now, for one of the most expensive cards in the set, it's actually not that expensive. If we go back 6 months, we get a real good idea of the value of this card. And it was sitting around $44, and it has been dropped, and it's been quite steady around that 35 mark. It did spike, to about 37, 38. It's been pretty steady around 33, 34. We go back a year when it first dropped, it was sitting near that $50 mark. So overall, it has been kind of pretty stable. It's Charizard. That's one thing to take into consideration. Brilliant Stars, trust me, will go very similar in the same direction as Evolving Skies. Not as fast, and it's not as, maybe not as high, but it will go the same way. It will start to climb quite high. We're already seeing booster boxes hitting new highs right now, and a lot of the single cards are going to follow suit down the line. We've seen it with the Art Charizard already. That's been going up in price. The Rainbow Charizard V-Star has been going up in price. I expect the Full Art Charizard V to also go up in price over time. Okay, now over here in the UK, how much has this card been selling for? So we have one that's sold here for 31 plus postage. We have another one here. We're looking at around 32. That is the old art right there. Then we have 37, 34. But we're probably looking anywhere between 33 to 38, I would say, on average. Maybe £35 on average for this card. Pretty good, pretty similar to TCG Player. Again, quality is key. And I think this is going to be a great card to get graded as well for the long haul. Brilliant Stars Charizard Full Art V is a must-have for any Charizard collector. Just an awesome card. Next, we have a card from Fusion Strike, and that is the Rainbow Mew VMAX. Now, this is, again, one of the most expensive cards in the set, and it has been dropping a significant amount. And the thing is with Fusion Strike is some of the cards are actually going up and up and up. The OR Espeon, we're looking at the OR Gengar, the OR Mew, they're all ticking up. This card's actually been going down. This is a fantastic card, beautiful card. Got one myself, lucky enough to pull it. And the thing is, Mew, again, like Mewtwo, very iconic, and a lot of people love collecting these cards. Now, Fusion Strike has really tough pull rates, very, very tough. It's such a massive set. So to pull this card is very difficult. To pull the arts is also very difficult. So, kind of better off just picking up the card. Now, Fusion Strike booster boxes are still cheap, but, they are one of these sets where it's probably a bit better just to buy the cards on their own. Now, let's take a look at the price. Looking around $38, $39 right now, and as you can see from the chart, it's been dropping. Okay, we go back 6 months, and we've seen this card has just been constantly declining. This is a great pick up indeed for any collection. It's absolutely fantastic. We go back for when it first came out, we're seeing around $70, and then it actually ticked up to around 58, 60, seeing quite high. And it's just been dropping pretty stable around the $40 mark. Fantastic card for any collection, like I say. And again, Fusion Strike, not the easiest to pull, especially rainbows. Over here in the UK, let's take a look. Let's see what's been selling for. We have one here, it's sold for £20. That's actually pretty cheap. All depends on the quality. Interesting to see what the quality is like on that one. Then we have one here sold for $43, $45. That's a bit more like it. Pretty reasonable. PSA 9, actually sold for $65. We have another one here for $46. Another one there for $38. So again, pretty good going. I would say probably around that $40 to $45 mark raw price is a good price, especially for a good condition one. That's the main thing. Again, it's probably one of the reasons why this other one sold for, a lot less. Maybe the condition's not quite as good as some of the others, but that is one thing to take in mind. Alright guys, before we get into the last pick, if you made it this far into the video, make sure to smash that like button and make sure you subscribe. More Pokemon content. And guys, let me know down in the comments, if you have any of these cards, you looking to grab in any of these. Personally, I really like that Rainbow Mew, but I have to admit, I really want that Mewtwo Gold from Pokemon Go. I don't have a whole master set of it yet, and I'm trying to, and I'm missing that one and the Rainbow. They're the actually 2 cards I'm missing from the set, so I'm going to have to go and pick it up. Anyway, let's get into the last one. Okay, last pick is from Hidden Fates, and that is the Espeon GX Full Art Shiny. Now, Hidden Fates is a fantastic set. Absolutely fantastic. And it's not cheap. Packs aren't cheap. And hitting Full Art Shinies, especially really decent ones, is tough. It is very tough. It, sits in that shiny slot. It can share with a ton of baby shinies. The Full Arts are quite tough. Espeon, again, is one of the top cards of the set, along with the Mewtwo and, Umbreon and things like that. Espeon's awesome. And the thing is, all the others are kind of sitting pretty stable or ticking up. Whereas the Espeon right now has actually been dropping, and that's pretty good, in my opinion. I kind of feel like good time to go on. Evolutions, as we've seen from Evolving Skies and other sets, they hold incredible value long term. And we look at 6 months ago, This card has been sitting around 50, above $50, and is around 44. We go back a year, and it was high. Now, it did actually tick up, and it's just been going down ever since. So now's a great time to pick one up. You know, Hidden Fates packs, especially over in the US, are actually quite pricey, although they have dropped recently. And like I say, it's tough to pull. Here in the UK, though, Hidden Fates packs are a bit cheaper. We're looking at around about £10 or so, a booster pack of Hidden Fates. So this is still a great card for any person who loves evolutions. The Espeon over here, what has it been selling for? So we're looking at £38 right there. That's actually not too bad. 33, that one's a bit cheaper. 36, not too bad, not too bad. Now this was a PSA 10, sold for 19. That's actually quite interesting. We have another one that was a PSA 10, again, sold for 78. That's a lot less. There's one thing to take in consideration. Sounds pretty good, actually, for a PSA 10. 35. So really, I would say anywhere between 35 and £40 for this card. Not bad going. It really is not bad going. But it's because Hidden Fates are a bit cheaper over here. But you could try and crack it and try and pull it. Maybe try and get the Charizard as well. So that's probably one of the reasons why Espeon's a little bit cheaper here than it is over in the US. Mainly because Hidden Fates is cheaper here. But nonetheless, this is still a fantastic card for any collector. There you have it, guys. Those are 5 great cards to pick up right now. And they're pretty good, in my opinion. I think these are great cards for any collection. Obviously, you choose which ones you like the look of, or none of them, or all of them. Personally, like I say, Mewtwo, pretty cool from Pokemon Go. I am quite surprised actually at the value of that Pikachu Gold card from Lost Origin. That has dropped massive amounts, under $10. That is really good going. Anyway, guys, that is it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are the legends, and I'll see you all in the next one.